welcome back to another one. If you are new to the channel, I am Gold Pony. Today we are in the new 2019 Dodge Charger Scat Pack, courtesy of Stettler Dodge Jeep Ram in York, PA. Always have fun test driving this one every single year, so there was no way I was going to pass up on this. So as always, let's start with pricing. And so pricing for the 2019 Charger Scat Pack is going to start at $39,995. Powering this beast is going to be a 6.4 liter naturally aspirated Hemi V8 engine, putting out 485 horsepower at 6,100 RPM and 475 pound-feet of torque available at around 4,100 RPM. Power is going to be sent to the rear wheels through a Torque Flight 8-speed automatic with paddle shifters, which you guys know we will be testing out a little bit later here. And so when you add all that together, 0 to 60 time comes in at approximately 4.2 seconds, with MPG numbers coming in at 15 in the city, 24 on the highway using premium unleaded fuel. But so that if you wanted a little extra control over your Charger Scat Pack, there is a drive mode button located just in front of the shifter, as well as launch control as well, but we'll get into that in a little bit. But when it comes to drive modes, you do have your track, sport, custom, and automatic settings. They're going to adjust things like the shift points, the throttle response, and the steering sensitivity as well. But now going back to that launch button, which is located just to the right of the drive mode button, that is actually a new feature for the 2019 Charger Scat Pack, and it is technically named Launch Assist. But what that's going to do is help detect wheel hop in milliseconds and then modify the engine torque to help regain grip. And to go along with that, line lock is actually now going to come standard for the Charger Scat Pack as well. So let's do a quick acceleration here. You guys haven't noticed, there's a lot of snow. It's still pretty cold out today, but dang, even in the cold weather today, got some grip there, so quite a nice acceleration. So next thing I think we have to do here is you can actually put the shifter all the way to the back and to the left, and that's going to give you that manual shifting mode. And I think it is time, you guys, let's test out the paddle shifters and make sure they still react quick for us, because I know in previous years they've been fine, but always have to test it out. They're fine. Absolutely no issues with the paddle shifters. And I will also say they do feel a lot more high quality. I'm not sure if they are magnesium, but they do have a higher end feel than, let's say, the paddle shifters in my Ford Mustang. So I am definitely a fan of that as well. But so then, of course, to go along with that acceleration, braking is equally important. So you will find four-wheel disc brakes as expected. Up front, you will find Brembo 4-piston front calipers. You can actually get them painted red if you were interested for an additional $495. And it did also want to mention, since I'm mentioning braking, there is something called the Dynamics package for the Charger Scat Pack. That adds $2,200, but that is going to give you Brembo 6-piston front calipers and also unique 20 by 9.5 inch wheel setup with all-season performance tires. So wanted to mention that as well. And in my short driving stint today, I've had absolutely no issues with the braking feel in the Charger Scat Pack. However, I will mention as a side note, the gas pedal is extra sensitive. It's not a bad thing. It just takes a little bit getting used to, because when you barely press down on the gas, this thing just wants to take off. But so then to touch on the handling and suspension a little bit, once again, there are some new improvements for the 2019 Charger Scat Pack, including a new Bilstein adaptive damping system now available. Doesn't come standard, but it's available for an additional $995. Adaptive damping suspensions is one thing that a lot of performance cars have been doing lately, and it is technology that is well worth it, in my opinion at least. It does really give you the best of both worlds. It helps soak up the road's imperfections, but at the same time, if you're doing some heavy cornering, it also tightens up the suspension around those heavy corners as well. So that is definitely an option worth looking into. And then as far as the ride quality goes, I can see no issues with going on long road trips in the Charger Scat Pack. So ride quality is definitely on point. And steering feel, that is one thing that Dodge always does right. Love the feel of the steering. It does have a heavier feel to it. Not quite as heavy as, let's say, a Charger or Challenger Hellcat, but still quite a nice weight to it. So definitely loving that. And again, you can adjust that steering feel within the driving modes as well. And as far as cabin noise goes, really the only exterior noises coming into the cabin is maybe the exhaust when you really get on it. But other than that, cabin noise is pretty subdued as well. No issues there either. And when it comes to visibility, this is a sedan. So usually with sedans, you have absolutely zero issues. And again, that is the case with the Charger. But enough with the driving dynamics, you guys. let's move on to the exterior. Let me go over for you guys now what is new when it comes to the exterior for the 2019 Dodge Charger Scat Pack. And so let me first start by saying that front grille has been slightly redesigned for the 2019 model year. For instance, first thing you are going to notice is the dual air inlets up front there. And that of course ties in well with the functional hood scoop on the Charger Scat Pack. So those dual air inlets are located just beside the front headlights there. And once again, they are functional, and you will find Scat Pack badging on that front grille as well. Then take a look to the sides there. There are halogen projector headlights that will come standard, and they come with the automatic feature, meaning when it starts to get dark out at night, they will turn on automatically for you there, so you don't have to worry about that. LED daytime running lights also standard, along with LED fog lights just below. Then make your way to the side. You will find 392 Hemi badging on that front fender. And when it comes to the side mirrors, they are power adjustable body colored side mirrors, and they will come heated as well for those super cold days in Pennsylvania like today. Looking down at the wheel setup, the standard setup at least is going to be 20 by 9 inch, and they are black alloy wheels. And like I had previously alluded to, there are wider wheels like the 20 by 9.5 inches available, and some other designs as well. But then make your way to the back. There is that black one-piece rear spoiler you'll first notice. Scat Pack badging just below, and below all of that, dual exhaust outlets with chrome tips, so you guys know what we have to do next. As always, here is that exhaust clip. Also, since we are around back, when it comes to opening that rear trunk, there actually is a button on the key fob, so simply press that twice if you like. Once opened up, cargo capacity is going to come in at an even 16 cubic feet. If that was not enough space for you, you can simply fold down those rear seats for a ton of added space if you needed it there. Make your way up to the rear legroom. That is going to come in at 40.1 inches, one of the best parts about the Charger Scat Pack, so you can actually have a family and drive a Hemi V8 as well, so that is definitely a good thing. But anyways, I am an even 6 feet tall, so for reference, this is how much space I have back there. Did also want to mention a package called the Plus Group that adds around $1,900, but that's going to give you heated second row seats as well as some other things. But either way, those rear passengers are still going to get that rear armrest, illuminated rear cup holders, and rear air vents as well, so they can stay comfortable. Make your way to the front seats. They do come standard cloth seats with the embroidered B logo, and those cloth seats will come with an 8-way power adjustable driver's seat with 4-way power lumbar, and they will be heated as well actually. And then touching back on that Plus Group I had previously mentioned, that is going to give you the Alcantara leather setup, so Alcantara if you wanted it there. But looking forward, there is a tilt and telescoping steering wheel, and of course it is leather wrapped as well. When it comes to the startup, let me first start by showing you guys the key here. You do have your Dodge logo on the one side, and when you flip it over, lock, unlock, the button to pop the rear hatch, and also that remote start button. That's the ×2 button there, but that is going to come standard for the Charger Scat Pack as well. But then taking a look at the gauges front and center, tachometers on your left, speedometers on your right. There is a large digital display front and center, and to control what is on that digital display, there are steering wheel mounted controls on the left side there, but that's going to give you options like a digital speedometer, which is what I would probably leave it on. You can also check out your tire pressure, different engine temperatures. Perhaps my favorite on the digital gauge setup though is number 3, which is your performance pages. That's going to tell you the top speed of the vehicle, how fast you would ever gone in this car. And the best thing about what Dodge does with these performance pages is it actually saves it. A lot of other companies like Ford and Chevy, for instance, you'll do your 0 to 60, you'll do your top speed, but it won't actually save it for you. It'll show it to you like 3 seconds and then it gets erased. That kind of sucks, but love that Dodge saves that. So you got 0 to 60 like I was mentioning. There's G-force, braking statistics, there's some lap times, and my favorite, of course, the top speed that you've ever gone. And then there's a ton of other things you can search on there as well. But now making our way to overall interior quality on the Charger Scat Pack. Did want to first mention, although I don't have it today, a power sunroof is optional for an additional $1,300. Leather shift knob and shift boot are going to come standard on this one. Also like the Charger plaque that they put just above the glove box there, and that is a soft rubberized material, so soft touch finishes are always nice. And although those doors there are finished in a cloth material, I do like the horizontal stitching that Dodge put through them, so big fan of that as well. But let's check out the tech display on this one, because up front the standard setup actually is going to be a Uconnect 4C 8.4 inch color touchscreen display. And for those of you who don't know, 8.4 inch is just about as big as you can get unless you go with Mercedes or BMW or something like that, but Bluetooth and audio streaming is going to come standard with that, along with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, meaning if you have a smartphone, simply hook it up to the charger, and therefore you have free navigation through that smartphone, as well as the ability to like and dislike your Pandora songs up there as well. If you lived up in the mountains, there is a factory navigation system that comes standard for $1,000 if you want it there. You can also check out your climate control information up there, and like I was saying, different driving modes, that's up there as well. When it comes to that sound system, it will come with 6 speakers. It is actually manufactured by Alpine, so that is very high end as well. 276 watts, so you guys know what we have to do next here. Let's turn on the radio, see what we got playing this morning, and let's test out the clarity of this one. Ton of bass, definitely no issues there. Actually surprised. When I saw 6 speakers, I was like, man, this is not going to be, you know, all that great. But actually, you do not need anything more than that. That bass was intense. But so then last thing on the tech display I wanted to mention is when you do put the charger in reverse, you will find a rear view camera that comes standard, letting you know who or what is behind you, which is always going to lead me into safety. I'd say to start, there are front, side, and side curtain airbags. Also in the back, latch, aka lower anchors and tethers for children for the rear car seats. Also back there, rear child door locks. Then there's an auto dimming rear view mirror that's there for you. But then there is a technology group that is optional for an additional $1,900. But that is really what's going to give you all the extra safety features, including adaptive cruise control with stop and go, advanced brake assist, automatic high beams, forward collision warning, lane departure warning, and rain sensitive windshield wipers, which is definitely a pretty sweet feature, having tested that out plenty of times. Windshield wipers will actually adjust speed based on how heavy it's raining, so you don't ever have to worry about even touching them. Definitely a pretty sweet feature there. Alright, so but that is about it for this one, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. Feel free to follow me on social media at the bottom of the screen there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay gold!